Test. Test. 1,
Testing.
2,
Testing.
3, 4,
Test.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Testing. 1, 2. We're good? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Jefferson High School. We are live inside the Cougar Cage for tonight's Region 2 Championship with the visiting Spring Mills Cardinals coming in to take on the homestanding Jefferson Cougars. I am Ryan Miller. I'm here live with my co-host Brandon Ashenfelter. Brandon, how we feeling?
Man, I think that everyone should be excited about this matchup, Ryan. The last game they played, it was a 7-point ball game. I'm excited. I hope all the people here are excited. I think it's going to be an electrifying atmosphere. I'm ready, man. I am super ready for it.
Yeah, absolutely. We were just talking about it. It brings back memories of when we played.
Of course, yeah.
Playing in a regional game and sectional game. What's nice about this matchup is we actually get the two sectional champions from the regular season playing each other with the state title berth on the line.
Different than whenever we were in school.
Yes, absolutely, with two teams going in the state. So Spring Mills comes into the game with an overall record of 15-8. Coming off a tough 59-51 loss against Hedgesville in the sectional championship on Friday. Jefferson, kind of the opposite, got a big win on Friday over Musselman. They come into the game, overall record of 15-7, won their sectional championship. We're super excited to be here tonight. This is going to be our last EPAC game of the season. It's definitely been an interesting year in the EPAC, and we were kind of talking pregame about it's kind of been a year of matchups. Certain matchups fit different teams and things like that. But all the EPAC teams, in my opinion, have pretty bright futures. We talked a little bit. The two teams that didn't play great this year were Washington and Martinsburg. But when you look at their roster, it's full of freshmen and sophomores that are talented. Of course, Musselman, in our other regional game tonight, they started off 2-7, brought up some young players, finished the season 10-4. That's a complete credit to Coach Basile and that coaching staff. They face off against Hedgesville tonight, who went through their own turmoil. Started super fast, lost Elijah King mid-year, but they kind of found their form again. So it's definitely been interesting. And then we got these two teams tonight.
Yeah, man. I mean, you have Spring Mills. Last year they were amazing, so they had a ton of buzz coming into this year. And, of course, you lose your starting point guard and the sophomore in the cheek. But, you do have the player of the year. You have the player of the year in Caleb Thomas, who does a great job all around. He's one of the best all-around basketball players I think the state of West Virginia has at his size. And, their losses, too, with Spring Mills. You've got quality ball clubs. You've got Parkersburg South, Greenbrier East, Jefferson, and Morgantown. Hats off to them for playing a schedule that's getting them ready for a game like tonight. So,
absolutely.
And then, of course, you had the home team, Jefferson, coming off a great season last year, trying to make another trip to Charleston. Undefeated regular season. Tested themselves traveling as well. They've played prep schools in Goretti. They've G-Dub, South Charleston, Morgantown. So I think we are in for a matchup. And I'm just excited, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So the coach in me, I always look at things from a coaching angle, right? This is going to be a super matchup of contrasting styles. We all know that Jefferson wants to get up and down, play 94 feet, go as fast as we can, shoot 30-plus threes. Spring Mills wants to play everything through Caleb Thomas, get him in the middle of the floor, let him create. He's a good passer for his size. So let's get into some keys to the game. I'll start first with Spring Mills. Some key players to watch, obviously. EPAC Player of the Year, Caleb Thomas. You're talking about averaging a double-double, 4 blocks a game, 4 assists a game. Caleb Robinson has kind of been a player this year that has jumped off the page whenever you watch them. And then DJ Bordley, we were talking about him pregame. He has come alive in the last couple months of the season. And then the guy that I really like off this team is Max Anderson, because he's my type of player. He sits down, he guards the best player from the opposing team each game. I look at the keys tonight. First off, is Caleb Thomas healthy? To me, when I was watching the Hedgesville game, he looked like a shell of himself. He had no elevation. And, unfortunately, you can't do much about injuries. but we're going to see how healthy he is tonight. I think Spring Mills wants to slow it down. Long, efficient possessions. If they can take 40 seconds off at a time, Luke Samples is probably going to call that a win. And then you got to limit live ball turnovers, because if you get the game going up and down with Jamari Jenkins and Jaden Gladney, it could be quick.
Yes, it could. Yes, it could. And I think the keys to the game for Jefferson, obviously they need to keep Wyatt out of foul trouble, man. He has a tendency to pick up some cheap ones, and it's going to be huge for them to have his presence inside for this game. So Jefferson needs to create havoc on the defensive end. Maybe we'll see some pressing, obviously, out of them and their quick guards that you mentioned, and Jenkins and Gladney. I believe that they are going to speed the game up. They're going to have to because, obviously, like you said, Spring Mills might try to slow it down. So that's Jefferson basketball. I mean, you've got Jenkins coming in averaging 16 points, Gladney coming in at 16 a game. So to have two scorers above 15 points per game is awesome for them. So they're going to have to guard. And they're going to have to pick up the pace. So
yeah, one thing about Spring Mills is they're definitely going to make you guard their stuff, right? Luke Samples does a good job. They go a lot with Caleb Thomas at the high post, make you stay disciplined. He'll step out and ball screen. I'm anxious to see what Jefferson does. They don't have the size to really guard Caleb once he touches the ball in the paint. And you're talking about Wyatt staying out of foul trouble. It starts with limiting Caleb's touches. So I'm going to be interested to see. Maybe they go a little zone. Maybe they mix some things up. It's going to be kind of that chess match tonight. Previous matchups for the game, they played on January 24th right here at Jefferson High School. Jefferson won that game by 19 for 72-53. Then they played on Valentine's Day, February 14th at Spring Mills. Much closer game. Jefferson only won that game by 7. You can tell by the score, 50-43. They slowed that pace way, way down. Let's get into the other matchup of the night. In Berkeley County, we got another state title, state champion berth on the line. Musselman goes at Hedgesville. That's a game where both teams split in the regular season. Hedgesville won the first matchup. Musselman got some kids back, won the second matchup. What are you looking forward to hearing about or seeing in that game?
Well, the good thing about us is we have the live feed right here, Ryan. So we get to talk about this one while giving you guys some updates on that one. So I am super excited about those two coaches. That coaching matchup is a great matchup that we've seen for a very long time. And like we mentioned before, Samples, he's turned the season, Basile, he's turned the season around. And I think that it's going to be a very competitive ball game, and it's going to come down to coaching in that.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a chess match. I'm going to be interested to see with Troy Wollaston back from Musselman. They're a completely different team. I'm anxious to see what Hedgesville does to him. So that's going to be an interesting one as well. We definitely have an interesting one right here. Right now, we got some pregame introductions going on. As you're seeing, the teams are warming up. I'm just going to run through some stats real quick. Leading scorers for both teams. You got Caleb Robinson is actually the leading scorer for Spring Mills. That's changed over the course of the year. He's averaging 11.7 a game. As Brandon told you, Jamari Jenkins and Jaden Gladney both averaging right around 16 for the Cougars. Rebound leader, Caleb Thomas, 10.6 rebounds a game, averaging a double-double. At varsity basketball in this area is certainly impressive. For Jefferson, rebounding's kind of split by the Shively brothers. Both averaging, Wyatt 6.5, Wills at 6. They're going to and they have to stay on the floor so they can definitely hit that glass tonight. And then assists. So you're going to see a lot of threes shot in this game by both teams, both really good shooting teams. I'm anxious to see who throws this extra pass. Caleb Thomas actually leads Spring Mills in assists like he does in most categories, leads them. And Max Anderson, who's taken over a lot of the ball handling duties since Keyshawn Cheek went out, is right behind him with 3.4. And then, of course, Jamari Jenkins, one of the best guards in the state, leads Jefferson at about 4 assists a game.
And I really think it's going to come down to how well Max Anderson plays for Spring Mills. Like you said, I'm a huge fan of him as well, and I think that he really needs to go ahead and create for himself tonight and try to, be aggressive on the offensive end. So.
Yeah, you got to make Jefferson guard you. It's going to free up everybody else. Yeah. We're going to go to a quick commercial break and then bring you back for introductions of the starting lineups and the national anthems. Remember.
Helping families is my passion. It's what I love to do. Hi, I'm Cheryl Yates with ERA Liberty Realty. I've established a reputation for making your journey simple regardless of your price point. They say it takes a village, so I work closely with other professionals in the industry to make your experience a smooth one from start to finish.
We're so happy that we chose Cheryl Yates with ERA Liberty Realty to help us during our buying and selling process. If you would like a 5-star experience from top to bottom, choose Cheryl Yates.
As an Eastern Panhandle native, I possess an insight and knowledge of the area that is essential to reaching your goals. Whatever your real estate needs may be, remember me. I'm the key to buying or selling your home.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back inside the Cougar cage. Jefferson is now in their pregame huddle. Spring Mills getting ready to go off. We're going to get the introductions of the starting lineups here in just a few minutes for both teams. I don't think there's going to be any surprises, Brandon. We're going to see the typical starting lineup, especially in a pivotal game of this magnitude. As we finish up pregame warm-ups here. Cougar cage is a little emptier tonight than I thought it would be. Not a lot of Spring Mills fans here. Jefferson side, I will say though, they brought the fan support out tonight. It's
I
definitely
guess the only plus side of that, Ryan, is hopefully the ones that are sitting at home are watching home team sports TV.
Absolutely. We're going to try to do a good job for you guys tonight. Real quick, before they get to the introductions of the lineups, we do want to thank O'Pecken Motors. They made this possible for us tonight. They are allowing us to do this regional broadcast. So big shout out to O'Pecken Motors. Make sure you see them for any of your auto buying needs. We're going to now focus our attention on the floor for the introduction of the starting lineups.
Like you said, Ryan, probably your typical starting lineup. Looks like it from Jefferson.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have...
Looks like we might have the Anderson brother.
Looks like we might be going with a little bit more size for Spring Mills. Typically you see Austin Davis in that starting lineup. Doesn't look like he's down there tonight, though. Might be a little bit of a change here. We'll find out in just a second.
Leading off, number 3, Caleb Thomas. Number 4, Caleb Robinson. Number 5, DJ Bordley. Number 10,
Don't see the
Xavier
referees out here yet,
Anderson.
Ryan.
I know.
And number 15, Max Anderson.
So we are going to see both.
The Cardinals are coached by Luke Sample.
Both Anderson brothers in the starting lineup for tonight.
Johnson and Jalen Hessen.
It's an interesting chess move by Coach Samples. Wonder if he saw something on film, maybe wanted to go with a little bit more size.
They already had the size matchup, so you lose some shooting and not starting Austin Davis as well. So
for sure,
hopefully that decision works out in their best interest.
Yeah, for sure. One thing it does, Austin Davis can be a spark on the bench because once he sees one going through the rim, he's a flamethrower. So it's kind of nice to have that scoring off the bench. So we'll see how that plays out tonight. Typical starting lineup for Jefferson, you're going Jaden Gladney, Jamari Jenkins, and Tayshawn Roper at the guard spot. Will Shively and Wyatt Shively are going to be at the forward spot for Jefferson. Typical starting lineup I think they've used for majority of the year.
Jefferson has been on a shooting streak as well. I know I had the luxury of doing the Musselman game, and they shot over 70% from three.
Yeah, man, they're in their home gym. It's going to be interesting. We'll direct our attention to the floor now playing in the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Colors are making their way off the floor now. We'll be tipping the game off here in just a second. Good atmosphere inside the Cougar cage tonight, Brandon.
Yeah, this Jefferson side of fans kind of filled in a little bit since the last. Can't really see much. They're close to being off.
Yeah, for sure. It's pretty full. Going to be loud in here. You can bet on that. They're going to bring the noise tonight.
Jefferson student section to the right of us too, Ryan. So I know it's going to get a little rowdy.
Oh yeah, they're going to get loud. Like I said, you know, state tournament berth on the line. Everybody's got a little extra energy tonight, ready to go.
Indeed.
Looks like we're going to have Caleb Thomas on the jump ball for Spring Mills. Will Shively, as he typically does, doing the jump ball for Jefferson.
Out-of-town referees too, Ryan. So I'm anxious to see how well of an officiated game we have.
Yes. Referees from Marion County tonight. Marion County tonight. The one official actually did the Spring Mills versus Jefferson girls regional game.
Oh, okay.
So he's familiar with the team. Not
Marion County, Fairmont State.
Yep.
That's what Fairmont is.
Absolutely.
Fairmont alum. So.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
Here we go with the opening tip. Max Anderson will control for Spring Mills and bring it up to get them into their set. Looks like Jefferson's opening the game trying to deny Caleb Thomas.
Will Shively going to start out on him.
Caleb Thomas to the rim. 2 hands is going to be the call there on Will Shively. That's our first whistle of the game. Will be Spring Mills ball underneath.
And hey, with that call right there, it looks like these refs are going to call it tight, so they better keep their hands off.
Yep. And you got to adjust.
Yeah,
you got to adjust. You saw the call. You got to adjust now.
You're not changing the referee's mind.
Nope.
You have to adjust.
DJ Bordley pull up jump shot. It is
shot.
good. First points of the game, DJ Bordley. Jamari Jenkins now with the ball.
He's someone that Spring Mills has to be excited about.
Jenkins gets a ball screen from Will Shively. Into Jefferson's 5-out motion turnover. Little miscommunication there between Tayshawn Roper and Jamari Jenkins. Ball will go to Spring Mills. Jefferson in their patented full court press. They're going to play you 94 feet most of the game. Caleb Thomas, this is one of the things that makes him special, being able to bring the ball up the court at his size. Looks to get downhill. Touches the paint, kick back out to Caleb Robinson. Caleb Robinson harassed by Tayshawn Roper. Looks to get to the rim. Crossover, floater. And it is good. Quick start right now for Spring Mills as they open up the game to play.
Ryan.
Jefferson setting up their half-court offense. Jaden Gladney comes off the screen from Wyatt Shively. Pull-up jump shot.
It's a good shot.
And it is no good off the rim. Touches the wire. Ball's going the other way.
Yep. Looks like Spring Mills is locked in, Ryan, so hopefully they can keep this up. This referee's going to go ahead and get their hands off. They're going to set the standard early to make sure this does not get out of hand. They know it's going to be a competitive basketball game. So.
Yeah, I think you have to. Don't get the chippiness away from it. You definitely don't want anybody doing anything stupid, getting a technical, 2 technicals, missing a state tournament game or something. Yeah. Caleb Thomas once again brings the ball up the court for Spring Mills. Crossover, guarded by Will Shively.
Great move.
And another bucket for Spring Mills, a quick 6-0 lead. Jumped out the gates.
Jefferson needs some offense here, Ryan.
Jamari Jenkins gets it on the right wing. Looks to get downhill. Gets into the paint. Kick out. Good hands there by the freshman. Xavier Anderson. Will Shively looks to drive over to Tayshawn Roper. Wyatt Shively with a baseline drive. Picks up a foul on Caleb Thomas. Jefferson ball underneath.
Number 3, Caleb Thomas called for the foul. His first.
That's something that they don't want. They do not want him picking up cheap fouls, Ryan.
Definitely too important. Gladney inbounds the ball to Shively. Swings it over. A down screen for Jamari Jenkins. Jaden Gladney up top, shot fake, step back. Tayshawn Roper on the drive, kicks it. Will Shively in a little bit of trouble, gets it out. Jaden Gladney shot. He's going to be fouled, going to the line for our first free throws of the game.
Called for his first foul. At the line, Jaden Gladney shooting 2.
Jaden Gladney, one of the better young shooters in this area. When he gets hot and sees the ball go in the rim, he certainly creates problems. So it's probably not a good sight for Luke Samples to see him at the free throw line get an easy one right now.
Not at all, because he's one of those kids that if the basket starts to look like an ocean, he is not afraid to shoot it.
No, he'll pull up from about anywhere.
Yeah.
Gladney's second shot is up and good. Makes the score 6-2. Opens the scoring for Jefferson.
They're going to go ahead and
Caleb Robinson now going to bring it up a little bit for Spring Mills, guarded by Tayshawn Roper, an excellent defender. Looks to get downhill, uses that long frame.
Oh, foul. Okay.
Got a foul on Tayshawn Roper.
Hands off.
I will say it's been consistent. It's definitely been
consistent. If they're going to stay consistent,
consistent,
then the players, like we talked about, they just have to adjust because that's all you can ask for from referees.
It's into DJ Bordley. DJ
Nice
take left hand scoop shot, and it's good.
And I think he's a kid, Ryan, that's not done growing. I think he's got a couple more inches in him.
Yeah, for sure. DJ's going to be a heck of a player. Jamari Jenkins now looks to drive, gets downhill, step back, mid-range. Wyatt Shively, up and good. Great create right there by Jamari Jenkins. That's what he's so good at, such an unselfish player.
And I think that's what makes him Jamari, is the fact that he's very unselfish and he will make that correct pass. So.
Absolutely. Caleb Thomas looks to get downhill again. Might have got away with, they called it. Turnover. And that's what Jefferson does to you. They want to speed this thing up.
Maybe a late whistle, but that is the correct call. So
absolutely.
Cannot be wrong. Cannot be mad at it.
5:26 left in the first quarter here. At the score of Spring Mills 8, Jefferson 4. Jamari Jenkins will bring it up for the Cougars. Looks like they're going to their 4-high set. We call this an Iverson cut. High post. Got the backdoor curl to Jaden Gladney. Dump to Wyatt. Shively lost the handle. Recollects. Turnover. Spring Mills going the other way. Caleb Robinson. Spring Mills slows it down like they like to do. Caleb Thomas looking to get downhill. Good defense by Wyatt Shively. Jaden Gladney's going to take it the other way for the Cougars. This is Jamari Jenkins up top to reset the offense. Wyatt Shively up for 3. Shots no good. Rebound by Caleb Thomas. Kicks it over to DJ Bordley, who's off to a hot start. Good defense there by Jamari Jenkins to wall them off. Spring Mills will set their offense up.
Jefferson is up in your face, and they're going to make you create, Ryan, which is awesome.
Caleb Robinson with a take. That's exactly what he does. He likes to get into the paint off 2 feet. He's a strong kid. Jefferson looking to set something up now. Go ball screen. This is that 21 action that we talked about. Jamari Jenkins tries to get downhill. Runs into his own man, I think there. A little bit of a miscommunication. We're going to see our first sub of the game. Kylan Johnson is going to sub into the game for Tayshawn Roper. Kylan brings a different dynamic, Brandon.
Man, a great 6-man to have coming off your bench. That is for sure.
He's another kid. Once he sees the ball go in the rim a few times, he can really light it up. Different than Tayshawn. Tayshawn's such a good defender. Kylan brings more on the offensive end.
Kylan will get after it, too, on the defensive end. I think he had a game this year where he had 10 steals.
Caleb Thomas to the take. Might have got away with a little bit of a push off there. Shots up, no good. Jaden Gladney looks to run for Jefferson. Will Shively pull up 3. No good. Kylan Johnson there on the offensive rebound. Gets downhill.
One more.
Open shot for Will Shively. No good. Another rebound by Kylan Johnson, bringing great energy off the bench.
And that's what he needs to do. He obviously wants to stay in the ball game, and that's how you do it.
Absolutely. The little things sometimes matters at coaching. Jefferson again into their Iverson stuff.
Good
Kick
pass.
inside to Wyatt Shively. Good job by Caleb Thomas to wall up. There's Xavier Anderson, the freshman. The great block inside. That's kind of what he does.
That's what Luke Sample saw.
I think it is. I think it is. His energy, you can't doubt his energy for sure.
Like you said before the game, too, hard worker. So
Spring Mills looks to drive again. Caleb Robinson now set up a little bit of the offense. Everything Spring Mills right now has been set up with dribble drive. Great hands by Jamari Jenkins. He's going to be tough to stop in the open court. That's what he does. Jamari has done that move since he's been in 6th grade. He's not the biggest guy. He just cuts the guy off, uses his body.
That's number 2 on Caleb Robinson. Oh, they're going to call.
I think they're going to get Will Shively there on the foul with a hold. Looks like we got a sub now for Spring Mills as well. Number 23, Logan Bush, another sophomore, is going to check into a game. Really good shooter, Brandon.
They are young.
Yes, extremely. Moses Talley now checks in for Jefferson. Jefferson in their full court press, going to get up in your face. Looks like they're doubling Caleb Thomas, trying not to let him get it from the jump. Max Anderson now is going to handle the ball like he often does and bring it up the court. Max kicks it over to Caleb. Logan Bush now with his first touch of the game. Back to Caleb Thomas, harassed by Moses Talley.
Good defense.
Step back jump shot. Good. That's going to be a 2-point shot for Caleb Thomas.
Caleb Thomas, but from way outside.
Jamari Jenkins now with the ball is going to get that ball screen from Wyatt Shively. Screen and roll. Jamari creates. Open shot in the corner for Moses Talley, and it's good. Moses Talley puts his name in the scorebook for 3.
We have a ball game on our hands, Ryan. I like this.
Caleb Thomas going to bring it up for Spring Mills. Looks to set their offense up. You can tell Spring Mills just wants to slow it down, do what they do, methodical, try to get into the paint. Max Anderson pull up, 3-ball, no good. Offensive rebound, Logan Bush, no good. Wyatt Shively with a good rebound, and Jefferson's going to push like they always do. Jamari Jenkins looking to get downhill and create. Drug that pivot foot, Brandon. Caleb Robinson now with a quick break, going to check back in. Got real quick break there. Going to get Logan Bush. I think he was on the bench for what, maybe 15, 20 seconds, Brandon? Certainly an important player for them. I don't blame him for not leaving him on the bench for long.
Yeah, and he scored 4 points already, so they out on him.
And a turnover.
Right ball.
Turnover there by Spring Mills. That's what Jefferson's pressure can do to you.
Yeah.
Jaden Gladney to inbound the ball for the Cougars. Gets it into Wyatt Shively. Attacks baseline. Shots up, no good. Big boy rebound by the freshman Xavier Anderson. Gets it to Caleb Thomas, who's going to push. Looks a little more healthy tonight, Brandon.
Travel.
And steps. You can tell the game has definitely been sped up a little bit for Spring Mills. Jamari Jenkins now going to bring it up for the Cougars. He's going to walk it into the front court. They're going to look to set up their stuff. Wyatt Shively now with a high post touch. Backdoor, Jaden Gladney, great pass, and layup is no good. Xavier Anderson trying to get the rebound.
Get Gladney with a foul.
And I think we're going to, going to get Jaden Gladney there on the reach in, on the rebound of Xavier Anderson.
For the foul, his first.
Jefferson now in a little bit of a zone press, switches it up from their man. Going to be a little different look, see how Spring Mills adjusts. Got to throw it to the middle or throw it ahead. That's a good job. Going to attack off that. Shots up, no good. Xavier Anderson with another energy play.
That's number 10, Xavier Anderson with the putback.
I'll tell you what, Brandon, Spring Mills could not ask for a better start right now.
Not at all. They are
Jenkins
playing
to the rim.
lights out this first quarter. And this is awesome what they're getting from their freshmen. Boardley.
It's kind of his game, though. That pull-up is that's not a bad shot for him, believe it or not.
Not at all.
It's like Jaden Gladney's going to go to the line now for Jefferson, and he's going to shoot 2. Got the foul on Boardley. That'll be his second of the game. Might leave him in since they're going on offense right now.
Looks like Tech's going to get Mr. Vickers into the ball game.
Had a big last game. A little bit of a different game, though. You know, this one's a lot more up-tempo. You know Musselman's going to slow it down. We'll see how Ty can adjust to the pace of this one.
Entering the game for Jefferson, number 15, Ty Vickers.
That's probably going to be one of Jamari Jenkins' few breaks of the game. Probably trying to steal him a minute there.
Yeah, give him 51 seconds, and he's going right back in. So.
Jaden Gladney's second shot is up and good. It makes the score 14-11. Spring Mills with 51 seconds left here in the first quarter. Jefferson looking to trap, going to zone press. Throw it ahead to Boardley. Boardley looking to get downhill. Shots up and no good. Ty Vickers with a rebound. Jaden Gladney now is going to push. Jefferson in a little bit of a motion set, working the ball around the perimeter. Jaden Gladney off the screen. Pull up. No good. Good rebound by Xavier Anderson. Jefferson traps right away. Gets it over to Max Anderson. Now they'll attack. Caleb Robinson, good defense by Wyatt Shively. Ball's tipped out. Can't quite recover it. It's going to stay with Spring Mills.
.4 seconds left. Let's see if they can get an efficient offensive possession.
Probably going to get to look. I was going to say, look for the ball to get into Boardley's hands. Caleb Robinson looking to get downhill.
Fadeaway
Jump shot, no good. Offensive rebound by Anderson, goes up,
And
no
a foul.
good, but gets a foul. And he gets it before the buzzer goes off. So Xavier Anderson will get 2 free throws here to end the quarter. So
Let's go on Tally.
Number 12, Moses Tally, his first.
yeah, Moses Tally's first. We're going to get Xavier Anderson to the line for 2 free throws at the end of the quarter here.
Shooting 2.
Xavier Anderson's first shot is up and good. Looks like a soft touch from the big man.
Cool, calm, and collective, it looks like there, Ryan.
He's a confident kid.
Yes, he is.
Confident kid. Second shot here for Anderson. And he connects on the second one with a friendly roll, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter with your score. Spring Mills 16, Jefferson 11. We'll go to a quick commercial break.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Atkins, broadcast announcer with Home Team Sports TV, sales consultant here at O'Pekin Motors. Make a fast break to 838 East Moeller Avenue in Martinsburg. Come see me for a slam dunk of a deal.
Sir, go ahead and sign right there, and you can take your brand new XT4 home.
All right.
Thank you very much,
Yes,
sir. Here you go.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back inside the Cougar cage. I'm going to turn it over to my partner here. We got a little bit of a special game for you guys tonight. We're going to go with a little bit of trivia to win some free tickets to our Home Team Sports Awards banquet. Brandon, your first trivia question. Go ahead.
Yes, sir, Ryan. So the first trivia question of this evening, we'll give you 4, but the first question is, who is Jefferson basketball's all-time leading scorer? Comment on the Facebook page, on the YouTube channel, whatever it may be. Let us know the answer to that question, and you will win free tickets to the Home Team Sports Awards ceremony.
Yeah, hopefully we get some comments on that.
Yes, sir.
That's a definite, can be a puzzling trivia question if you don't follow Jefferson basketball. We're going to start the second half. We got Jefferson, who's going to get a foul, going to send Will Shively to the free throw line now to shoot 2. Trying to bring Jefferson a little bit closer and chip away at this lead. First shot is up and good. We have a little bit of a score update while we got some downtime. The second quarter just started over at Hedgesville. Hedgesville is up 12-7 on the Musselman-Appleman. Will's second shot is no good. Xavier Anderson with another rebound. He's got to have about 4 or 5
I was
already.
going to say, I think that's his 4th at least.
DJ Bordley to the rim. Good
Good
take,
move.
strong take. Layup is good. Jefferson right back the other way. Kylan Johnson looking to get downhill to the rim. Kick out. Moses Tally up for 3 is no good. Good rebound there by Will Shively. Kick inside to Vickers. Floater is up and good. Soft touch there by Ty Vickers.
2 points Cougars.
Spring Mill's going to slow it down now. Caleb Thomas, as he often does, brings the ball up to court even at his 6'4", 6'5" frame. Gets downhill to the rim. Soft touch but can't get it to go. Ty Vickers going to push for the Cougars. Wisely brings it back out. Jamari Jenkins crossover. Gets into the lane. Ty Vickers up, shot for 3, and it's good. Ty Vickers for 3.
Great shot by Mr. Vickers, man.
Confident shot. Timeout.
Great shot.
Spring Mills trying not to let Jefferson get any closer on this lead. That's probably a good timeout there by Luke Samples. We're going to stay a 30-second timeout here. Brandon, Ty Vickers has been a little bit of a spark off the bench for the Cougars.
Yes, he has. And you know, he's one of those kids, too, that, hey, whenever he's shooting and he's on, he's going to let it fly, man. And he's been like that since he was young. So
Absolutely. I call those kids microwaves.
Yeah.
Push a button sometimes, and it's just like the whole thing heaps up. So he's definitely one of those that's only got to see it go through the rim one time. And Jefferson's got a lot of those kids. Gladney's the same way. Will Shively's the same way. So if they start hitting some threes, this game could change in a hurry.
And I think that's what they've done a great job of this year. I don't know what their overall percentage is from three-point this year, but like I said, one game they had a 76% outing. So
yep, absolutely. They got 4 kids shooting over 30% right now from behind the arc. For a high school basketball, that's impressive, especially with how many they shoot.
Yeah.
Action starts again. Caleb Thomas going to bring it down for Spring Mills. Jefferson in a little bit of a man-to-man set. Logan Bush now gets the ball at the top.
And I'm shocked, Ryan, we have not seen Mr. Davis yet. So
we have not. Logan Bush.
He walked.
He's going to get called for the travel turnover going Jefferson's ball. The whole momentum here in the stands is shifted now. Jamari Jenkins will bring it up for the Cougars. Going to go in a little 4-round one set. Ball down to Moses Talley. Ty Vickers off the screen. Pass over to Kylan Johnson. Comes off a ball screen, looking to get downhill. Kick to the corner. Will Shively with the take. Shot is up and good. That's Jefferson's first lead of the game. Score of 19-18. You could tell the energy in the crowd here has definitely picked up.
Yes, it has. And it looks like there's even more seats taken over there on Spring Mills side.
Yeah, it's definitely filled up a little bit in here. DJ Bordley at the top.
And
Deep
he's
three.
Not
pull
afraid
up.
to shoot that.
No good. Offensive rebound by Logan Bush. Gets pressured. Max Anderson collects. And a foul is going to be called on Moses Talley. That will be his second.
Moses Talley calls for his second foul.
That'll bring Wyatt Shively back into the game for the Cougars.
Back into the game for the Cougars, number 45, Wyatt Shively.
Here he is.
Spring Mill's going to inbound the ball to Max Anderson, looking to set the offense up. Over to the right wing to DJ Bordley. Jefferson doing a good job denying, trying not to let the ball get in the hands of shooters. Caleb Thomas now with his touch. Looking to size up Will Shively. Ball to the rim. Shot is up and no good. Jefferson looking to push the other way with Kylan Johnson. Ty Vickers now over to Jamari Jenkins. Three-point shot is up and good. Jamari Jenkins, 4-3.
You do not want him to get hot. That is for sure.
Luke Samples again trying to slow it down a little bit. Max Anderson takes it across the timeline, guarded by Jamari Jenkins. Caleb Thomas with the ball up top. Spring Mills looks a little out of sorts here. You're wondering if the crowd energy is bothering them just a bit. Player of the year, though, maybe he might be able to settle him down. DJ Bordley gets a touch. Going to try to get downhill. Into the lane, stripped by Kylan Johnson. Ty Vickers going to take it the other way.
And there it is, a pass.
Jamari Jenkins, pull up three. No good. Rebound by Caleb Thomas. Roof might have come off this place if he hit that one, Brandon.
Oh, good defense.
Kylan Johnson with the steal. He's been everywhere tonight. He's going to bring it back out a little bit to Jamari Jenkins, and they're going to set something up. Ty Vickers gets the ball on the right wing.
Half-court set.
Oh, pass inside to Will Shively. Strong take. Shots up, no good. Xavier Anderson with another rebound.
Man.
Kid is just cleaning the glass tonight.
Yes, he is. That's probably number 7.
It's got to be close.
Yeah.
He's definitely got 6 or 7. Caleb Thomas now brings the ball across for Spring Mills over to Max Anderson. You're looking at Spring Mills lineup right now. 4 sophomores and a freshman on the floor.
Man,
that's impressive to be on this stage playing like they are.
Excited about that.
That's going to be a pretty cheap foul there on Will Shively, and I believe that's going to be his second, Brandon. Just kind of ran through the screen there.
I think that was frustration. He just ran through Mr. Anderson there.
More importantly, probably, than the second
foul. Oh, that's
foul.
a 1-and-1, too.
It is a 1-and-1 now. It's going to put Spring Mills on the line. They haven't scored for a while now. This is going to give them a chance to get back in the game, get on the scoring column.
So we're going to see Mr. Fritz, the Shepherd football commit, come into the game.
3 subs there into the game for Jefferson. Got Jaden Gladney checked back in. Isaiah Fritz, number 3, and then the freshman, Chet Gore. Max Anderson misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Jamari Jenkins now looking to set something up for the Cougars. Gladney gets the ball up top. Back over to Jenkins, looking to get it to Wyatt Shively in the post. Caleb Thomas walls up. That's a block, but we're going to get a foul call on Caleb Thomas, which will be his second.
Samples is going to go back to the bench after that one. Bring number 23 back in.
Looks like Samples might be using a little bit of a tight 6-man rotation. You've seen Logan Bush on and off that bench tonight. Wyatt Shively's first shot is up and no good. Wyatt's in a little bit of a slump from the free throw line lately. I've seen Wyatt play for a long time, and just from watching him from afar, it just looks like it's a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Maybe the ball's not coming off his hand quite right. But it's something, hopefully. There you go. See one go through the rim. You just got to repeat that motion now. Jefferson, full court press now. Trap Max Anderson, who gets possession. Over to his brother Xavier, gets the ball back to Max, who's going to walk it up the floor. Logan Bush, open threes. Shots up, no good. Ball will stay with the Cardinals. Checking into the game for the first time now, we have Austin Davis. This is one of those kids, you got to know where he's at as soon as he steps on the floor, because if he's on the floor, he's in range. In Xavier Anderson in the corner. Back up top to DJ Bordley. DJ to the rack. Shots up and good. Took the freshman check core right off the dribble. Right off the dribble.
I think that's what, 0.8 for him. He's playing a nice first half right now, Ryan.
Pure scorer, Brandon. Pure scorer. Jamari Jenkins looking to get downhill to the rim. No good. Austin Davis with his first touch of the game gets it back over to Bordley, guarded by Isaiah Fritz. Jaden Gladney now gets the steal to the rim. Layups up and good. Makes the score 25-20 Jefferson with 2:48 here left in the second quarter. Caleb Robinson now bringing it up for the Cardinals. Pushes Austin Davis through. Shots up in the paint, no good. Oh, we got a foul. Caleb Robinson will go to the line and shoot two.
Gladney called for the foul, his second.
Robinson plays strong, man. He really does.
You can tell he's a kid that really hits the weight room hard, takes care of his body, does a lot of nice things. That'll be Jaden Gladney's second foul. Caleb Robinson's first shot is up and no good. Spring Mill's leaving some points on the free throw line right now. Quick update from Hedgesville. In the second quarter, with about 30 seconds left, Hedgesville is up 26-18 over Musselman. Caleb Robinson's shot is up and good, makes the score 25-21 with 2:30 left in the second quarter here at the Cougar cage. Jamari Jenkins will bring it up the floor, looking to set up the offense for the Cougars. Going to go to their 4-high stuff. Wyatt Shively now with a touch at the high post, looking to back down Xavier Anderson, kicks back out to Tayshawn Roper. Back to the point guard, Jamari Jenkins, going to set something else up here.
I think Jamari needs to go ahead and create for himself.
Just like that?
Just like that.
Battle for the ball inside. DJ Bordley comes out with a full head of steam to the rim. Shots up and no good. Takes a hard fall.
Tough kid, man. It's a tough kid.
Be anxious to see if they get that one on Roper or Jenkins. If it's on Roper, it's going to be on Jenkins. I think that'll be his first. Would have been Roper's second. So probably a decent foul there.
Yeah, and this will be point 9 and 10 for Mr. Bordley if he does make both of these free throws. So he's making a case for our early player of the game, I think.
Yeah, DJ's played a really good game, and for him to only be a sophomore, I mean, all these kids are freshmen and sophomore for Spring Mills outside of Caleb Robinson. So DJ Bordley's shot is up and good. We'll have Ty Vickers check back into the game now for Isaiah Fritz. Looking for a little more offense maybe by Jefferson.
And as we saw, that is something that he can give you quickly.
Absolutely.
So.
Yes. DJ Bordley connects on the second shot. Cuts the lead to 2. 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Jefferson clinging to a 2-point lead. Jamari Jenkins now looking to get the ball to Wyatt Shively in the post inside. Walled up by Xavier Anderson. Shots up, no good. Can't corral the rebound, though. Ball will stay with Jefferson. Xavier Anderson and Caleb Thomas both do a good job of playing straight up in there.
Yes, they do.
They use their length very well, strong kids.
And those are two very tall kids, athletic tall kids that, here we go, Ty Vickers.
Ty Vickers with another three.
It's a great time for him to start playing like this right before the state tournament.
Really is,
that's for sure.
Ty's always been able to shoot the ball. You know he's going to give you that. This is the end that I think Jefferson's coaches wanted to see a little bit more from Ty. And he's doing a good job. Caleb Robinson with a nice, strong move into the lane.
Jefferson needs to get a good one.
Jenkins now going to set it up once again for the Cougars. Ty Vickers with a touch over to Chet Gore. Jamari Jenkins, 3 balls up and no good. Rebound, Wyatt Shively. Great offensive rebound. Ty Vickers for 3. No good. Ball's tipped out of bounds off of Wyatt Shively. It'll be Spring Mills basketball.
Back in the game for Jefferson, number 1, Kylan Johnson.
Kylan Johnson now is going to check into the game for Jefferson. Give Jamari Jenkins just another quick break with about 50 seconds left. Probably trying to prevent him from getting that second foul on defense right here, too.
Yeah, you don't want a cheap one with under a minute left.
Especially to Jenkins. You can't afford to be on the floor without him. Be anxious to see what Spring Mills does here. They might hold for 1 if I know Luke Sample. Just try to keep the game close going into halftime.
Sounds like he was instructing him to do so, Ryan.
Robinson now looks to attack. Ball's kicked over to Davis, back to Robinson. Robinson gets downhill. Shot is up and no good. Wyatt Shively now is going to take the ball up the court for Jefferson. Gets it over to Kylan Johnson. Ooh. Johnson's got a lot of the ball handling duties now. We're going to see a timeout by Coach Richard Lewis. Going to be a 30-second timeout, trying to probably draw something up here.
Looks like
see Jenkins checking back in the game.
Try to get a last second one here.
If this was me, Brandon, from a coach's perspective, I would probably, no matter the foul situation, if we're playing for 1 shot, I'm putting all my best offensive players in the game.
Yeah.
Flood the floor with shooters. Probably look to let Jenkins get downhill and create and get a kick. Tell you what, kind of been a tale of 2 quarters.
Yes, it
has. So we've had a fast-paced second quarter where Jefferson's gotten going a little bit from behind the arc like they want to. Spring Mills was able to slow it down and control the first. And we kind of called it in pregame.
Yeah.
It's going to be a battle of tempo, and it certainly has been so far.
And I think that they are putting on the show that everyone expected for this type of ball game. So when a trip to Charleston is on the line, you better leave it all on the floor.
Absolutely, yeah. It's no tomorrow if you're a loser. So Ty Vickers going to inbound the ball. If you look at Jefferson's roster right now or what they have on the floor, you got a lot of shooters out there. Moses Talley's knocked down a 3. Jamari Jenkins knocked down 1. Ty Vickers is knocked down 2. Vickers will inbound. Gets the ball into the backcourt to Jamari Jenkins. Ball screen for Jenkins. Looking to let him get downhill and create in the corner. It's Kylan Johnson. Shots up, no good, but fouled by Caleb Robinson.
And I know Coach Samples is livid right now when you do something like that, man.
Never foul jump shooters.
No.
Kylan Johnson's actually the best free throw shooter for Jefferson. He's shooting about 84% this year.
Oh, wow.
First shot's up and good. Gets a nice shooter's touch there. Going to shoot 2 more. Great subs by Coach Richard Lewis. Get his best defensive lineup on the floor for 6.7 seconds. Get Jamari Jenkins out with that foul. Great substitutions here by that Jefferson staff. Kylan Johnson's second shot is up and good. You can tell how comfortable he is.
Yeah, I was going to say, these might be automatic 3 points right here from him.
Kylan Johnson's third shot up and good. Smooth from the line by Kylan Johnson. Makes Jefferson's lead 31-25. Spring Mills looking to get a last second shot. Bordley into the lane, stripped. Last second heave by Wyatt Shively. No good, and that'll take us to halftime. With your score, Jefferson 31, Spring Mills 25. We'll be back in just a bit after a word from our sponsors.
Helping families is my passion. It's what I love to do. Hi, I'm Cheryl Yates with ERA Liberty Realty. I've established a reputation for making your journey simple regardless of your price point. They say it takes a village, so I work closely with other professionals in the industry to make your experience a smooth one from start to finish.
We're so happy that we chose Cheryl Gates with ERA Liberty Realty to help us during our buying and selling process. If you would like a 5-star experience from top to bottom, choose Cheryl Yates.
As an Eastern Panhandle native, I possess an insight and knowledge of the area that is essential to reaching your goals. Whatever your real estate needs may be, remember me. I'm the key to buying or selling your home.
Tyson just got done his on-field skill work. It's something that we've been waiting for months now. All that pre-draft prep, all of the combine prep, and just that quick, it's over. So, what's your thoughts on it?
Listen, I already knew, and now I know more than ever that, unless my love for him is completely absurd, he's the best guy out there in that group. Do you believe that? Say it anyway. Say it anyway, Jawan. Say it. Yeah, so, I mean, listen, I kind of knew it was going to happen, but to actually see it happen and for everyone else to kind of, I mean, they had to see that at the very least, there's no way he doesn't belong out there on that field with all those guys. So, I'm glad that now he knows, not him, but everyone else, everyone knows now. Because I think if he wasn't in Shepherdstown or in the Eastern Panhandle, we were kind of skeptical about how this would go today. Even though I made it a point to talk to every arm wrestling football guy from all across the country. So trust me, the NFL picked up about 2,500 new viewers today. Every arm wrestler in America was watching Tyson throw today, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. So we already talked about how he ran and he got under that 4.8 mark, so he's in the 4.7s. But how do you feel like the ball was coming out of his hands compared to the other quarterbacks?
Yeah, dude was jumping out of his hand. And then once we got all the stats back and realized that he threw the ball 58 miles per hour, and the great Will Levis that they, more or less put on the biggest pedestal you could ever see. Well deserved, Mr. Levis, if your father's watching. But the fact that he threw it 59, and that means that, once again, the arm that I possess got passed on to the great Tyson Bagent.
Awesome. Yeah, Tyson came in at 58, so just under 59, and they said he had the strongest arm, and Tyson's right there, so that does mean a lot. Now, Tyson got to put on a show when we did the fly. They did the fly, and he was the first quarterback to go. And how did it make you feel to hear the crowd's reaction and the claps to see Tyson throw those deep balls?
Yeah, I came in yesterday, and yesterday during the week, super rainy day, the place was kind of a ghost town in here. And then, bam, here comes Saturday morning. The place is filled up, a lot of pressure with that QB1 on your back and you having to be at the beginning of every rep. But just like everything else, I don't think it mattered. I didn't notice any difference, and just super proud. And just so that you guys realize, I threw the ball 85, 86 in high school now, Jawan. So,
That you did, Travis. Now, so Tyson, going against guys like Stetson Bennett and going against him, going with him, how do you feel like, he stacks up to Stetson today? Stetson being a Bulldog and winning the championship, and then Tyson being at Shepherd, that he comes in as the underdog. He's got that D2 label that people keep putting on him, and he's ready to shake that label. But when you see him going against guys like Stetson Bennett, rep for rep, how does that make you feel? How do you feel like he's stacked up today?
It makes me feel like that Tyson could have started at the University of Georgia last year. He could have started at Oregon. He could have started at all these huge schools when I watched their players. Now, to me, Stetson Bennett's a bad dude. But from what I saw today, listen, Kirby, Ezra is still available, young man. Coach McCook will understand.
Thanks, Travis.
Thanks a lot to Home Team Sports. You guys did a credit to your business.
Ladies and gentlemen,
to the Eastern
we are back at the Cougar Cage here, where Jefferson's clinging to a 31-25 halftime lead. A lot of good things happening for Jefferson in the first half, along with some young, promising players for Spring Mills. Brandon, you talked to us about who you were impressed with for both teams.
Well, I think the number one person I'm impressed with so far is Xavier Anderson, Ryan. To be a freshman, in this atmosphere, to be playing as well as he is on offense and defense, he is my, first half player of the game right now. He's doing it on both sides. So.
Right. He's doing it really without scoring. He's doing his job, right? He's a kid.
Yep.
He started off on the JV team. He's a freshman. Got great length. Got all the things that you can't teach. And then he's getting better at the things you can. He's understanding his role. He does a great job on the defensive glass. So he's been a really solid player. I've been super impressed with Ty Vickers off the bench.
Yeah.
Ty's come in and hit 2 big threes. He's got a floater in the lane. His 8 points might actually lead Jefferson. We'll get the stats a little bit later. Yeah. But Ty's been a spark off the bench, and it's been great for them. It's going to be definitely an interesting second half. And again, we're going to focus on tempo. Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see. We do have a winner of our first trivia question of the night.
Sir.
The all-time leading scorer in Jefferson history was Garrett Grantham.
Shout out Garrett, man.
Yeah, you said he had 1,500 or so points?
It's 1,581. So Mr. Billy Benner is actually the winner of that trivia question. So he will be getting some Home Team Sports ceremony tickets.
Yeah, Brandon, you want to kick off the second half with our next trivia question?
Our next question is for you Spring Mills fans. Who is the all-time leading scorer in Spring Mills history? Let us know who it is. He's a more recent guy. and we'll be looking to see on our streams on Facebook or YouTube.
Jefferson starts the second half with a shot by Will Shively, who can't connect. Ball goes over the backboard, out of bounds to Spring Mills. Spring Mills looks like both teams went back with their starters for the night. Caleb Thomas going to bring it up. Jefferson in a little bit of a zone, and it confused Spring Mills, who threw it away. Quick turnover for the Cougars. Going to get the ball right back. Luke Sample's kind of looking around like, what are we doing, guys? It was a pretty basic zone that Jefferson was in, just a one high there. I know Spring Mills has a set in place for that, and it's a little frustrating when, as a coach, you don't get it. Will Shively on the lane. Easy layup for 2, makes Jefferson's lead 8. Jefferson back to that zone they were in. Timeout, Spring Mills. Luke Sample's going to take a full timeout. We will stay here through this timeout.
Ryan's something that all the viewers at home got to see is that little clip of Travis at the pro day or at the NFL Combine with Tyson. Shout out to Tyson, man. He had a heck of a showing out there. I think he proved to everybody that he belongs. And hopefully we're going to be hearing his name called, in these next coming months. So.
Yeah, Tyson did a great job, being a D2 kid, being one of the few invited to the Combine, and he kind of jumped off the page. That first day of testing, you're looking at the quarterbacks, and he was top 3 to 5 in almost everything that they did. So it's a great showing for Tyson, along with the great game film that he already has, and that's certainly going to propel his draft stock.
No doubt about it. Shout out to his dad, the Beast, Mr. Travis Bajent. Quick prayers for a quick recovery, my man. You had the emergency surgery, but I know you're doing well. I talked to you earlier, so prayers to you and the family. So
coming out of this timeout, no changes in the lineup for either team. I imagine that if I'm Coach Samples, I'm just going over that zone that Jefferson just ran at it. I can tell you, that's a zone that we run over at Wildwood. It's a little bit of like a 1-1-3 where you're going to have, your guards are going to interchange. Honestly, it looks a lot, to the naked eye, kind of looks like a 1-3-1. You want them in your 1-3-1 set so that you can match up out of it. You'll see Jamari Jenkins is out. Tayshawn Roper going to be back in, and they're going to kind of X the whole time. DJ Bordley with a jump shot, no good.
Not afraid to let it fly.
No.
Ryan, I'm not sure if there's anything you don't throw at your middle schools over there at Wildwood, huh?
Yeah, we do. We throw a lot. I was watching the Duke North Carolina game the other night, and I texted our assistant coach. I said, "You see Duke's running our offense, right?"
Yeah.
And he said, "Yeah." So I don't think the kids always see that. Maybe they don't watch quite enough basketball, but we try to do the right thing over there, man. We've had some success with it. So Bordley now looks to attack. Ball's off his leg.
Well, I definitely say you had some success. You're the GOAT of middle school basketball around here, 67-0. I think people are anxious to see what's next.
Yeah, we only time will tell, man. I just kind of take it one day at a time, stay patient with it, stay in the moment. So
that's all we can do.
Good hands now.
So we're going to see Mr. Uth Smith.
Yes, you talked about him in pregame. You talked about liking him. He's got good length, good knack for scoring the ball. He's an athlete. He can certainly make an impact for Spring Mills.
Hey, Spring Mills is going to be trouble for years to come with all this youth.
Going to get a little bit of a cheap foul, looks like, on Xavier Anderson. Honestly, Brandon, as a coach, that's a foul you don't mind. He's hustling, diving for a Luke ball. Hey, it is what it is, man. I can appreciate that one.
I love that kid's game because he's affecting it, like you said earlier, outside of scoring.
Yep.
So.
All the young fans at home, you can really take note of that. You don't have to always be the leading scorer on your team or even really score the ball much at all to make a big impact. Jefferson, handoff to Jamari Jenkins, tries to kick it back to Wyatt Shively at the top, who can't handle it. Will Shively gets to his right hand, downhill, shots up, no good, but going to get a foul and go to the line and shoot 2.
Will is being very aggressive right now.
I think Will's kind of seeing, Logan Bush, who maybe isn't one of Spring Mills' better defenders on him, and his eyes are kind of lighting up a little bit. Will's a 1,000-point scorer here at Jefferson. We know how efficient he is at putting the ball in the basket, so when he sees a defender like that on him, he certainly wants to go and attack. Quick update now from Hedgesville. They've extended their lead. It's 37-26. Midway through the third quarter, Hedgesville on top of Musselman. Will Shively's first shot is up and good. Shively with his second shot. Shots up. And good. That's going to give our first double-digit lead of the game for Jefferson. Back to this 1-1-3 zone. I can tell you Tayshawn and Jamari are familiar for this zone because we run it a lot over at Wildwood. They certainly know what they're doing at the top of it.
Spring Mills looks a little flustered.
Ooh, Smith's first shot is up and no good. He's certainly a kid that can make those. Jefferson now in transition. Jamari Jenkins downhill. He's so good at that. Shots up, can't quite get the roll. Spring Mills is going to look to push in the other direction. Caleb Thomas into the paint, kick out, Max Anderson. Jefferson did a great job getting back, stopping any transition buckets. Kick over to Logan Bush. Skipped out. Logan Bush at the top. Great ball movement here by Spring Mills. They look to work it around. Jefferson's doing a great job in rotation, keeping him out of the paint.
Yeah, they need to attack. Jefferson crowd getting hype with this defensive
effort. It's a great defensive possession.
That's exactly what you need to do, attack.
Caleb Thomas inside, shots up and good. I'll tell you what, really good patient there by Spring Mills. They didn't get sped up, just kind of did what they do, stayed patient, got a good look. Really not bad defense by Jefferson either.
Not at all. A great defense, and that's what you have to do against the zone.
Yep. Tayshawn Roper now with his touch. Wyatt Shively pull up, 3-ball, and good. Extends the Jefferson lead to 38-27 with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the second quarter. Spring Mills comes back the other way with Max Anderson over to Logan Bush. Looking to work the ball around again. Logan Bush, open look. 3 balls up and no good. Rebound, Tayshawn Roper kicks it over to Jamari Jenkins, who will push. Gladney looking to get downhill. Floaters up. No good, but he will go to the line and shoot 2.
Number 15, Max Anderson called for his first foul.
Jefferson has not missed too many free throws.
No, they've been solid from the line tonight.
I think Wyatt might have missed 2. Well, look, we say that.
Announcer's jinx right there, Brandon.
Checking back in for Spring Mills, number 22, Austin Davis.
I'll be honest, I like this adjustment by Spring Mills. Put some shooters in against that zone, spread the floor a little bit. I would imagine you're going to see either Max Anderson or Caleb Thomas or Caleb Robinson bring it up the floor. Try to put Austin Davis and DJ Bordley around Caleb Thomas at the high post. Get some touches inside, maybe get some open looks for shooters. But Jefferson's going to switch it up now and go back to man-to-man. That's a great job by Coach Lewis. Caleb Thomas trying to get downhill, gets in the lane, kick out. Ball rotates around, swings it. DJ Bordley passes up the open look. Great defense by Jefferson once again.
They are getting it after. Getting after it. Team defense right now.
Gamble by Jamari Jenkins. Might have missed a little bit.
And there's that
Austin Davis from way downtown is going to be short. Wyatt Shively gathers for Jefferson. And Jaden Gladney now over to Jamari Jenkins, who will bring it up the court. Jefferson looking to set up a play. Going to go their Iverson action, which they like. Curl to Gladney, not there. Wyatt Shively going to look to post. Got a touch inside.
Good hustle by Mr. Gladney.
Ball on the line. Turnover goes to Spring Mills. You're going to get Ty Vickers back in the game now for Jaden Gladney.
Ty Vickers.
Ty had a great first half coming off the bench. 8 points, pretty efficient. Moses Talley also going to sub into the game. Give Will Shively a little bit of a break. Looks like Jefferson will stay in that man-to-man. A little bit of tough matchups right now for Jefferson. You got Wyatt Shively out there guarding Caleb Robinson. I look for Caleb to try to get downhill off this here in a second. DJ Bordley on the curl. Good hands by Jefferson. Moses Talley kicks the ball over to Wyatt Shively.
If you're Coach Tech, you are excited about this second half because they are playing some team ball.
Ty Vickers, flyby. Shots up, no good. Great rebound by Tayshawn Roper.
Mr. Roper with the good putback.
I'll tell you, man, that is what he does. And a quick timeout by Luke Samples. Jefferson with now a 13-point lead with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. We'll go to a quick commercial break and come right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back inside the Cougar Cage. We're going to go to our third trivia question for tonight. Brandon, go ahead.
Again, the second trivia question has not been answered yet, so this is the all-time leading scorer in Spring Mills history. The next question is for you Jefferson Cougar fans, again, to win tickets to our Home Team Sports Award. But who is the all-time winningest basketball coach in Jefferson County basketball history? That's trivia question number 3.
That one tripped me up today, Brandon.
It got me
when
too,
you told
man.
me the answer, I would have had no idea. Jefferson back into the zone now. Spring Mills looking to go 4 round 1. Caleb Thomas, left hand up. Nice shot. Soft touch there by Caleb Thomas.
Number 5, DJ Boardley, 2 points, Spring Mills.
Jamari Jenkins now sets it up for the Cougars. Kylan Johnson looking to get downhill on Austin Davis. Back out to Jenkins, gets downhill, jump shot up. No good. Moses Talley on the offensive rebound.
Oh, he's going to call a foul.
Got a little bit of a push in the back there on Moses Talley.
I don't know about that one, Ryan. It looked like he just missed time to jump there, but
yeah, I agree with you. It's hard to see from our angle. You know, Moses was directly behind, and overall, I think the referees have done a good job being consistent this game. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but I agree with you. I thought he missed time to jump a little bit. Jefferson back to the zone. Caleb Thomas penetrates. Kick out to Max Anderson. He's got to be a more willing shooter, Brandon. Caleb Thomas for 3. Shots up, no good. Jamari Jenkins, littlest guy on the floor, gets a rebound. Out to Kylan Johnson. Layups up and good. That's what Jamari Jenkins does. So unselfish, always looking to push in transition. He makes them so good, Brandon.
Spring Mills needs to settle down and get a good one here before this game gets out of hand.
Caleb Thomas now over to Max Anderson. Jump shots
Ready
up.
to shoot.
No good. I do like that he was ready to shoot there. Caleb Robinson, offensive rebound. Floater in the lane, no good. Wyatt Shively cleans the glass over to Ty Vickers. Great save and hustle there. Jefferson looking up the set. Go to their 4-high set. A little bit of an Iverson cut. Go screen, then ball screen. Roll for Wyatt Shively. Can't collect the pass. Max Anderson picks it up. Gets it over to Caleb Thomas, who collects and settles. Caleb Robinson now up the floor. Caleb Thomas looks, drives over to Austin Davis. 3-ball in the corner. Shots up, no good. Jamari Jenkins on the push to Kylan Johnson again. Kylan up, no good. Straight up, walled up. Spring Mills in transition. Caleb Robinson up. Can't finish the layup. Xavier Anderson on the offensive glass. Spring Mills all over the offensive glass there. Jefferson not the best job with their transition defense and sprinting back. It's going to give up a cheap foul. The Spring Mills ball underneath.
Miss Katie Oden. That is actually what I thought as well. I thought it was Mr. Starkey, but it actually is not. It might be surprising to a lot of people. It surprised all of us. So
yeah, definitely did.
Keep guessing about the Spring Mills all-time leading scorer and the Jefferson High School most winningest basketball coach.
Spring Mills now looking to set up offense out of the inbounds play. Caleb Thomas at the top is going to get a ball screen from Caleb Robinson. Great defense by Kylan Johnson, keeps him out of the paint. Robinson gets a head of steam downhill.
Great hands by Mr. Johnson.
Absolutely.
Disruptive hands.
Jefferson, so many tip balls, passing lanes, so many deflections tonight. You know, Coach Lewis has really got to be happy with the energy.
No doubt about that one. Especially they picked up the defensive effort in the second half.
They definitely
I love
did.
to see it, man.
Really started about halfway through that second quarter. You saw a shot go in, and a lot of times offense can be a spark to defense or the other way around. And I think when Ty Vickers hit that 3, it's like everything
really
changed.
Yep, really changed it. Carmen Bratton, it is not Coach Scott either. Keep those answers coming, and I will let you know whenever it's the correct answer for questions 2 and 3.
Jefferson running a little bit of clock now. 9 seconds left. Kylan Johnson looking to attack. Gets into the paint. Will Shively in the corner for 3, and it's good. Will Shively connects on that 3 to make the third quarter lead 45-29 Cougars. We'll go to a quick commercial break. Come right back.
To do. Hi, I'm Cheryl Yates with ERA Liberty Realty. I've established a reputation for making your journey simple regardless of your price point. They say it takes a village, so I work closely with other professionals in the industry to make your experience a smooth one from start to finish.
We're so happy that we chose Cheryl Gates with ERA Liberty Realty to help us during our buying and selling process. If you would like a 5-star experience from top to bottom, choose Cheryl Yates.
As an Eastern Panhandle native, I possess an insight and knowledge of the area that is essential to reaching your goals. Whatever your real estate needs may be, remember me. I'm the key to buying or selling your home.
Gentlemen, we are back inside the Cougar Cage, and we have a winner for one of our trivia questions. I'll turn it over to my co-host.
Hey, we do have a winner for our third trivia question. The all-time winningest coach in basketball history here at Jefferson High School. Surprised a lot of us, but it is Coach Lowry. I do have an overall record here for him, Ryan. 151 and 89 in 11 seasons, 4 state tournament appearances. So shout out to Coach Lowry for leading in not just basketball, but baseball as well. One of the best coaches the state of West Virginia has ever seen. So Trey Tolliver, reach out to either myself or Jawan Holmes at Home Team Sports, and we'll get you those tickets, man.
Brandon, they do say sometimes coaching's coaching.
Yeah.
And if those stats right there doesn't prove it, I don't know what does. So, still looking for a winner for our second trivia question. Again, that was who is Spring Mills' all-time leading scorer. We've had a couple guesses in the comments. Nobody quite hit it on the head yet. It was a fairly recent player. A kid actually just graduated college not that long ago. So you're looking at 4 or 5 years ago there.
Yeah.
Ball's going to be out of bounds. A little bit of confusion who it was off of. Coach Lewis is going to get a timeout. It's going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. A little bit of confusion there. Probably a good idea, Coach Lewis. You got a 16-point lead. You got timeouts. Go ahead and take one. Settle your guys down. Draw something up.
For sure. Now, I think Coach Tech has coached a heck of a ball game so far, Ryan.
For sure.
He's making the correct adjustments.
Yep.
He's changing up their offense and defense when needed. So I'm excited for, if they do move on, to see how well that they do at the state tournament. So.
Yeah, absolutely. You know you're going to have to make adjustments down there. Teams are going to come with a game plan. You're looking at the most talented and most well-coached teams in the state coming together in one spot. So this is a good sign. His kids have reacted well. They got behind, and I'll tell you what I like. They got behind early, and they never let it rattle them. They just played their game, crawled back into the game. So it's been a great game by them.
Valerie Jacobs, that is a good guess. That was actually my guess whenever I started looking into this, but it is not Darius Bush.
So the young man that leads Spring Mills all time actually played with Darius for a couple years.
Did play with Darius.
Just a few years older than Darius. You're going to have to go back just a few more years. Caleb Thomas looking to get downhill. Ooh. Reach in foul there. Kylan Johnson says, my bad, so I assume he knows he committed it. Good call there by the official.
Fouls on number 1, Kylan Johnson. His first. Back into the game, Jamari Jenkins for the Cougars.
See Jamari Jenkins check back into the game. Get Ty Vickers a little bit of a break. Vickers got some great minutes tonight off the bench. He's done a great job.
I was just about to say that, great minutes from him. You can't ask for a better outing. Mr.
Bordley now looking to go one-on-one up top. Spin move in the lane. Left hand's up. Ooh. Shots up. Good. Count the basket. DJ Bordley.
He is an advanced sophomore, Ryan, and I've been watching him since he played in the Charlestown Branson Youth Basketball League, right?
DJ's just a scorer. He scores from anywhere on the court. He had a game in middle school one time. I was there actually scouting a little bit, and he started pulling up 5-6 feet behind the line. He played for North.
North, okay.
5-6 feet behind the line, and he's a kid, a microwave. Once it goes in once or twice, it just heats up so quickly. Jefferson now with 7:20 left in the fourth quarter with a 13-point lead. Cheap foul on the perimeter there, but they're going to ding Max Anderson. Got a little too handsy there with Kylan Johnson.
Number 15, Max Anderson, called for his second foul.
Jaden Gladney will inbound for the Cougars. Jamari Jenkins trying to get it up top. A little bit of a push-off, going to get one going the other way. Probably a good acting job there by Max Anderson.
Acting there.
Jenkins called for the offensive foul, his second.
Hey, sometimes you got to persuade the refs, though, so I'm not mad at it.
Hey, some people call it flopping. I try to tell my kids you got to sell call sometimes.
Yeah, you have to. You definitely do.
Jefferson back in this zone. doing a great job. It's thrown Spring Mills off just a little bit. Board lead, ball fake, pull up, jumper. Shots up, no good. Good rebound by Will Shively. Pushes in transition, gets the ball over to Jaden Gladney. In the corner, Kylan Johnson, open jump shot for three, up and no good. Xavier Anderson with another rebound for Spring Mills.
Carmen Bratton, you are the winner for our second trivia question. It is Zane Cohen, correct, Ryan? Cogan. It is, and he is actually a coach over at Hedgesville High School now, so still giving back in the basketball world. Carmen, reach out to myself or Jawan about those free tickets.
Great push in transition there. Good pass by Jaden Gladney up to Wyatt Shively. Brandon, I actually had the pleasure of coaching Zane when Spring Mills first started. He came in as a freshman, and I remember just this little scrawny kid, didn't look like he had business being on the varsity team, but he was so talented we couldn't keep him off there. It was kind of trial by fire. Just throw him to the wolves and see how he does. And
I've played some pickup with Zane, and like you said, he might not be that kid that gets picked first, but he can play some basketball.
He's about as good of a shooter as I've seen. Jefferson now with a 13-point lead. Jamari Jenkins gets inside, kicks out to Will Shively. Kylan Johnson to the basket, left-hand shot up and good.
Timeout.
It'll be a timeout, Spring Mills. We're going to get a full timeout. We'll go to a quick word from our sponsors before we come back.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back inside the Cougar cage. Brandon, we got one more trivia question for the night with 5 minutes and 47 seconds left on the clock. Let's go ahead and do that.
So the last trivia question of the game for home team sports ceremony free tickets is going to be who Spring Mills opened in what year was it again, Ryan?
It was 2013.
Who was the first ever basketball coach at Spring Mills High School? First ever basketball coach at Spring Mills High School. Answer to that question wins you free tickets to our Home Team Sports Awards ceremony.
Jefferson opens up in the zone. They get the ball to the middle. Caleb Thomas. Good hands by Wyatt Shively, who gets another steal. Jaden Gladney's going to walk it up now for Jefferson. Quick score update from our other game over in Berkeley County. Hedgesville has a 12-point lead, 46-34 over Musselman in the fourth quarter there. Will Shively with a great take extends Jefferson's lead to 17. Starting to get away from Spring Mills a little bit, Brandon.
It is indeed, Ryan. And this is what scares you about Jefferson is because whenever they do catch fire, man, they're a streaky ball club.
For sure. Xavier Anderson with a rebound. Gets another rebound. He's played a great game. I know the scoreboard's a little lopsided at the moment, but Spring Mills has to be happy with what they've seen in freshman Xavier Anderson tonight.
Like we said before, just the youth on this team, they are so talented.
Absolutely. I'm looking down that roster, and
sophomores and freshmen.
Sophomores and freshmen. They're going to lose Austin Davis, who's of course a great shooter. Caleb Robinson, their leading scorer. But you get the player of the year back in the area, Caleb Thomas. Max Anderson's kind of another do-it-all guy. DJ Bordley's really come on strong. You're looking how he progresses. Logan Bush missed a lot of the year, so a bright future at Spring Mills.
Well, and the thing about Logan is he's been playing so many minutes in this game, you can tell that Samples trusts him
Absolutely.
in some capacity.
He's another kid with good size. You're looking at 6'2", 6'3", can really shoot the ball. So he's a nice mix in how basketball's played today because everybody's got to be able to shoot and handle it.
Jamie Miller, you are the winner of our fourth trivia question. It is Joel Silver. So please reach out to me, Brandon Ashenfelter, or Jawan Holmes with Home Team Sports for your free tickets to our ceremony.
Jefferson now going to be a little more patient now. Paint touch inside for Wyatt Shively. Shots up and good. Great touch inside by Wyatt. Jefferson's lead
Kylan,
back to 17. Kylan is kind of a pest down there sometimes, man. He's just a little bit everywhere. He gets a lot of tip balls.
We talked about earlier, he had that one game where he had double-digit steals, so he is somebody who gets after it. Oof,
Xavier Anderson now goes to the line. He's going to get a foul. A little bit of friendly fire there. Will Shively actually blocked the ball right into his brother Wyatt's face.
I'm sure they've had their fair share of fights over the years.
Probably not the first time Wyatt's hit Will, or Will's hit Wyatt, I'm sorry. Probably sure it's not the first time it's happened. Probably won't be the last. Xavier Anderson now is going to shoot 2 free throws for the Cardinals. First shot's up. No good. A little bit of short.
For a big man.
Yeah, shot looks great. Look, maybe confidence moment's kind of big right now, and he is a freshman. Wyatt Shively gets a nice ovation from the crowd as he checks out. He's played a great game so far. Second shot for Anderson's up and good. Nice soft touch there. Makes the score 53-37 with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Jamari Jenkins now.
Have you seen a guard that's faster than Jamari in this area?
Not in this area.
I don't think so.
Not for a long time. Jaden Gladney doing what he does for 3. It's going to extend Jefferson's lead to 19 points now with 3:50 left in the game.
Maybe his brother.
Yeah, that would be the next one. That would be the next one. And people compare them all the time, and, you know, I got the pleasure of coaching Jamari for 3 years at Wildwood, and they're different, right? Like Jaleel was a kid that could go out and get you 30, 35. Great pass there. Great catch by Kylan Johnson. Jamari's not a kid that looks to do that. He's going to get his teammates involved a little bit more. Not that Jaleel couldn't pass. They can each do everything, but they're just a little bit different. There he is, hands on the ball.
Spring Mills keeps the ball.
And I'll tell you, for all the young kids at home, one thing that makes them so special, physical traits, sure. Their motor is unmatched. It never stops. Bordley now in the corner. Stuck, looking for a little bit of help. Jaden Gladney's going to get a steal. He's going to look to run out. Or to Jamari Jenkins, keeps the dribble alive. Gladney in the corner for 3. That might be the dagger. No good. Pass up to Bordley. This shot's going up. Floater's no good. A little bit of a push in the back by Kylan Johnson. And I believe that's going to put them in the 1-and-1.
Kylan Johnson called for
Send Oop Smith or Xavier Anderson to the line for a 1-and-1 here.
He's got a double-digit lead over there in that other regional matchup too, Ryan.
Yep, about I think there's a minute. Might just be 4 seconds left. Trying to look at the clock now. 10-point lead for Hedgesville, 47-37 over Musselman.
Wyatt Shively back into the game for Jefferson.
Wyatt Shively checks back in from Moses Talley. With 3 minutes left in our game here, you're looking at a score of Jefferson 58, Spring Mills 38.
Jefferson really picked things up in the second half. Ryan.
Yeah, a little bit of a sleepy first quarter. You wonder if nerves, trying to get back to States for the second year in a row, kind of got the best of them a little bit. But did a great job bouncing back. Like I said, I'm most impressed. They got down and never wavered. They did a great job. 19-point lead now for Jefferson. Spring Mills trying to press a little bit. Got to try to force some turnovers to get back in the game. Jefferson does a nice job breaking it. Wyatt Shively looks to drive, get the ball out, looking to run a little clock.
This is the time where you work on your offense. And
yep. Run it. You tell everybody nothing but a layup here. Kick over to Will Shively. Layup. Shots up and good.
I'd like to see Caleb Thomas contest that a little bit. 2 minutes left in the game. It's okay if you pick up that third foul.
Still got to wonder how healthy he is, Brandon. He's looked better tonight than he did in that Hedgesville game, but I'm not 100% sure he's 100% healthy.
Number 15, Max Anderson called for his 4th
1-and-1,
foul.
I believe, on this side too. No?
I think we're at 16 fouls.
Okay, it is correct. So, Ryan, who are we thinking about for our player of the game so far?
So I'll tell you, the game kind of shifted a little bit when Ty Vickers got in the game at first, but he didn't do much in the second half. Jefferson's honestly been pretty balanced. I think Kylan Johnson's had a really nice game for them. Jaden Gladney's had a really nice game. Jamari Jenkins had a really nice game. You know, it's been really, really balanced right now for Jefferson, so we might have to dig into the stats a little bit for this one.
And I think that's going to be number 5 for Max Anderson, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So their leader goes to the bench. Hats off to him because he's had a great sophomore season.
He played as good as you can ask a freshman to come into this stage, or I'm sorry, a sophomore to come into this stage and play. He's had a great year, much improved from last year. He's done a great job. Once again, super bright future for Spring Mills. A lot of freshmen and sophomore on the floor tonight.
No question about that.
Definitely a bright future. Jamari Jenkins' second shot is up and good. Extends the lead 62-39 Jefferson. This zone has bothered Spring Mills. It's slowed them down a little bit. Jamari Jenkins, this is what he does. Quick hands, coast to coast on the layup.
I think we really need the stats, obviously, to pick a player of the game, but he's definitely had a heck of a ball game.
100%, without a doubt.
On both ends.
Yeah.
Because he's been active on the defensive end.
That's what he does.
He gets the steals, and his head is up down the floor. So.
Yep. Jefferson looking to run a little clock now, run their offense, get into some motion, run it through Wyatt Shively at the high post. Going to get a timeout.
Subs, it looks like.
Trying to get some subs in the game. Going to take a 30-second timeout. We're going to go to a quick commercial break and be right back.
Third timeout called by Jefferson. Their first, Jefferson with 2 third timeouts. Also entering the game. Checking.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with a minute and 30 seconds. Minute and 36 seconds left in the game here. We got some subs in for both teams now, going super young.
We also got number 35.
It's nice to get these young guys in an atmosphere like this.
Absolutely.
Even if it is at the end of the ball game.
Absolutely. Like all 5 new players. Chet Gore, freshman. Demarius Wallace. Wesley J. A lot of young guys out there for Jefferson. Still playing hard. Reach in foul going to be there on Caleb Thomas. They'll send Wesley J to the line to shoot 2.
Anderson called for his second foul. That puts number 35, Wesley J, at the line. He's shooting 1 and 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, looks like we have a final from Hedgesville. Looks like Hedgesville is going to make another trip down to the state tournament. Final score, Hedgesville 52, Musselman 41. We will see where the rankings fall, where the Eagles and Cougars get ranked in just a few minutes. Booth Smith shots up, no good. Rebound by Xavier Anderson. He's got to have at least 10 or 11 rebounds.
Number 11,
soft touch by. Is he a freshman or?
Tykeem Drake, he's a freshman, came over from Wildwood, played a lot of JV, just got moved up. We're going to see if we can get him in the game here for some minutes. Demarius Wallace on the take. That's a kid with a bright future, Brandon. I had Demarius over at Wildwood, and people aren't going to believe this, but when Demarius played as a 7th grader and played alongside Jamari Jenkins, I looked at him and said, they're not that far behind each other. And Jamari's got a little bit more of a motor. You know, if it ever clicks for Demarius Wallace, he's going to be a special player here for the Cougars.
Spring Mills call full timeout. That's the final timeout.
So, Ryan, do we want to go ahead and let them know who we chose for our player of the game?
Absolutely. Our player of the game tonight is going to be number 15, Ty Vickers. Certainly sparked what was that little bit of a comeback when the Cougars were down. When he came in the game, floater in the lane, couple quick threes, gave them a ton of energy, and the offense really sparked their defense and turned this game around tonight for the Cougars.
I think that his spark was much needed at the time that it happened. I mean, they, like we talked about in the first quarter, Jefferson was down. They didn't get their first lead until late in the, in the first quarter there. So, Ty Vickers, he was a spark that they needed, and for that, I think that he's well deserving of that player of the game.
Absolutely, absolutely. He did a great job tonight. Played within himself. Did what his job was to do. Great job by Ty.
And number 11 is not gun shy. He does like to shoot the basketball.
No, Lakai Smith. He can certainly put the ball in the hole, and he's not afraid to try either. Xavier Anderson now. Great block by Wesley J, flashing his athleticism a little bit. 8 seconds left now. Uth Smith shots up, air ball, no good. Rebound by Tykeem Drake, and he's going to dribble it out for the Cougars.
And he's going to the line. He's going to go to the line. Oh, they're just
They're going to call it off.
Oh, let him shoot.
Game over. And the celebration begins. Your final score from the Cougar K's, Jefferson 66. Spring Mills 44.
Game over.
Slight confusion. Tykeem's asking to shoot. Try to get some shots up.
Want some of that glory.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to a commercial break real quick so we can get you back for the trophy celebration with the Jefferson Cougars.
Helping families is my passion. It's what I love to do. Hi, I'm Shirl Yates with ERA Liberty Realty. I've established a reputation for making your journey simple regardless of your price point. They say it takes a village, so I work closely with other professionals in the industry to make your experience a smooth one from start to finish.
We're so happy that we chose Cheryl Gates with ERA Liberty Realty to help us on our buying and selling process. If you would like a 5-star experience from top to bottom, choose Cheryl Yates.
As an Eastern Panhandle native, I possess an insight and knowledge of the area.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back at the Cougar Cage, seeing some shots of the trophy celebration right now. Looking at a repeat for the Jefferson Cougars. They're going to go back to the state tournament for the second year in a row. Be anxious to see where the seeding falls. That'll be out shortly. That's already done. You just wait on a couple of results from around the state, looking at the matchups. Honestly, you know how it is in the Eastern Panhandle. So when I played in 2010 and you were on that Martinsburg team, you know the battles we had. And we were one of the 2 best teams in the state. Didn't really lose to anybody else in the state. We went down to the state tournament, got a 7 and 8 seed. And that's just kind of how it goes. Now, the one thing I'll say as a coach, you're going to have to play the best teams anyway. If you want to win the state championship, you're going to have to run through it. So, again, and Jefferson's been there before. My apologies. That's their 3rd year in a row going down there. You're looking at the 3 plaques there right now. So they've been there before. They understand how it goes. So we'll see who they get matched up with.
And they had a great outing there last year, won their first game, got to that second round, and then they lost to the eventual state champion, if I'm not mistaken.
Parkersburg South. Parkersburg South ended up losing to Morgantown in the state championship game.
Morgantown is a heck of a ball club.
Yes, been that way for a couple years now. And again, you're probably going to have to play them at some point anyway. So
they played them before.
Exactly. They've seen them before. And honestly, like, it's one of those things where if you're going to have to play them before, the coach in me, I would want to play them with as much preparation as I can. And you know how it is in the state tournament now, the format with the 4A games. They're going to play on Thursday. They're going to play on Tuesday, going to play on Thursday, and then play on Saturday for the state championship. So you're only going to have 1 day of prep. You're going to give me a tough team. Give me a lot of preparation time. Give me them the first game. That's my motto. I know everybody differs on that, but that's how I feel about it. Going to see the Cougars now head over to the net on the far end of the court. Going to cut that one down in celebration here. We're going to see if we can't get our player of the game up here in just a few minutes, Mr. Ty Vickers. Chat with him for a few.
Yeah, I think I just saw Mr. Vickers take off real quick. Hopefully we'll get a quick interview with him, and then he can go down and get his cut from the net.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to go to a quick commercial break before we get Ty up here, and then we'll come right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with our player of the game. Once again, we want to thank Opequon Motors for allowing us to do this game tonight and give them a quick shout out with our player of the game, Mr. Ty Vickers. Got off the bench tonight, got a quick spark for your team. What's your mindset when you come off the bench?
Just trying to help my team any way I can. I've been trying to do that all year, and I finally got my chance. So.
Yeah, you definitely, the last couple games, you've really been able to spark your team with some good shooting. It started in that Musselman game. They went to that zone. Mm-hmm. You're a zone buster. We know you can shoot the basketball. But tonight was a little bit different. Team went through a little bit of a lull in that first quarter. Yeah. When you came off the bench and hit your shots, it really sparked the team, not only offensively, but defensively.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just trying to help defense or offense score, get rebounds, get steals. That's what they want. So get on the court, do my thing.
That's what you got to do, and just out there working hard. Now, going back to the state tournament, learn from last year. What's going to be your mindset going into this next week?
We got to lock in on defense. That's the way we're going to win. Our shots will fall, so we got to lock in.
For sure. A lot of talent. Can't wait to see what the draw falls, how that falls out for you guys. Ty, thanks for coming to chat with us, man. Congratulations on another state title berth. Thanks, man.
Yep.
We'll go to another quick commercial break and send you down for the trophy celebration with the Jefferson Cougars.
Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back watching the Jefferson Cougars players get up there, cut a piece of the net off. This is a special moment, one that Brandon and I have both been a part of, and one that you remember forever. I still got the net, little piece of the net. You know, you put it up there in the trophy case. So it's a really special moment. Some of these guys, it's third year in a row that they're doing it. So it's been a great season for Jefferson, Brandon.
I mean, you can't ask for a better high school career if this is your third time going in 4 years. So what do they have? You got Will, who's a senior. Is he the only senior?
Will senior, Moses Talley,
who's
a senior, and that's it for the Cougars. So they still got a a bright future, young roster.
And we talked about it a little bit in pregame, but the EPAC, man, just competitive basketball. But I'm most excited about how young everybody is around this area.
Yep,
so.
Young talent all around the state. Certainly going to be exciting to see how Hedgesville and Jefferson do down at the state tournament. This is our final broadcast, our final basketball broadcast of the year for Home Team Sports. We want to thank everybody for watching. Thank all of our sponsors. We couldn't do this without you guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. Every time we get on the mic, I know we have a great time. And we couldn't do this without all the sponsors and viewers out there watching. So from Ryan Miller and Brandon Ashenfelter and everyone here at Home Team Sports, have a great night and God bless.